What's up, everybody? Welcome
to the February 2022 podcast.
edition of Streaming On. What's up? We're Blluist. You know how it is. My name is Gray.
And I'm Blue.
And we just talk about stuff that happened this month, really just keeping a record. We also get questions from Twitch subs at the very end here. We have a good amount of questions. So first
Thank
off,
you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. So we did a lot of stuff this month. Blue.
First one was our little baby, as in project, VRL. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
That's something we've been working on for a while now, and it's just finally, I can't believe we actually were able to do it. It's one of those things that it stays an idea because it was an idea that we had for a while. None of it fleshed out, but just the idea that we wanted to, just general idea that we want to do something with VTubers, and just have a contrast between real humans and, VTubers, but it just died. It just died in our notebook for like about 6 months.
Because we didn't really know what we could do with that.
Yeah.
Like we knew we wanted to do something, but that's as far as it got. So.
And it was also the lack of our knowledge of, the world of the culture and world of VTubing. So, but I couldn't forget about the idea, and it was bothering me. So I called somebody one day after work that knew things about a thing or two about VTubers, just to get some advice, just to be like, maybe you can push me in the right direction. Or what do you think? Is this something you'd be interested in? Kind of, I have, by the way, no idea what's happening, but what do you think? And that was Hi Guy, and Hi Guy was like, that sounds freaking awesome.
And he was like, yeah, sure.
Do it. And so I was like, we don't have anything though. And then so we started talking while you were actually streaming that day.
Yeah, you guys, you two fleshed it out.
And then I went into the bedroom behind, and I was talking, like, what do you think about this? Then just give him ideas. Then we got a general idea. And then I told Blue about it, and this is just general idea. And then a lot of stuff, everything sounds great when you think of it, right? Like everything is going to work out fine, everything, And then a couple weeks go by, and then we realize with some of the things that are happening within the world, with, COVID and stuff like that. And also just situations of just like personal things that happened. It was like, let's push it back to next year. That's fine. It's 2022. That's fine. And then there was like a problem with like the place to do it, because we couldn't do it at our place. The project didn't seem like something we could do at any of our other places. So we're like, we need to find a studio. But what are we going to do about that? Blah, blah, blah.
And we need a studio that would be okay for us to cook.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing.
And then we go, so if we do that, then how are we going to stream it equipment wise, right? Because we can't bring our PCs. So then we had a place called Haishin Giken that Hi Guy's good friends with, and they lent us. We rented a PC, pretty much, from them.
Super beefy one too.
Yeah, a really, really nice one. And with all the help from other people, we got it to work. We loaded in, we ended up, studio-wise, we ended up getting an Airbnb that we found that was like a kind of it seemed like we didn't even know if they said they had Wi-Fi, but we don't know, if we can stream it or not. It was just all up in the air, and then we announced it that we were going to do it, and we haven't even checked the place out yet, right? Because we can't just borrow the place out for like a week, right? So we borrowed it for an extra day. So you saw we streamed on Hi Guy's stream the night before for like a stream test, but yeah, we
had to bank on the chance that it was going to work.
Yeah, we just rocked in there with all this equipment, and we put everything up, did all the camera work, and then boom. And it worked out okay. It was, it's one of those things that could have failed miserably, as in the stream would just literally not be able to go live, but everything worked out. Super stoked. Definitely gave us the drive to do the next one. And hopefully we can flesh something out very soon. And we were just really lucky because we had a friend that is a VTuber that we're just really good friends with personally, to just really be the guinea pig of this whole thing. And 2P really killed it. So it was just a really cool pilot episode of VRL. Definitely gave us more, I guess, motivation and ideas I was getting more ideas as we were doing it, and things that we could do better, things that it could be cooking, it doesn't have to be cooking, but just more ideas in general. Super fucking stoked on how VRL turned out. And I think people enjoyed it. It was really
I think so too.
The one thing that was really hard for me was to like keep up with chat.
Yeah,
like look at
that
chat
was hard, yeah.
was something. And I guess it makes sense when it's like a show like that where we need to keep progressing what's going on. So something that we need to work on is, and it's just, I think it's nothing with the actual show. It's just that us personally, we're not used to that kind of circumstance. Like even with like podcasts and stuff like that, or when we do like VC with friends, we're just really bad at keeping focus with both things. So I think that's something we can work on. Like one of the
good
practice
things.
Yeah. Yeah. So just keep doing more events is the bottom line. What did you think about VRL?
I think it worked out really well. Like you said, I was worried about like, it not doing well, as in like, we can't go live. The internet connection is really bad. Our quality turns out really bad because we can't get a good connection. Like the transition, transition between like when you went to the supermarket kind of thing. Because I know like streaming from your phone can be really difficult and whatnot. So I thought maybe we might see some hiccups there. Like I thought maybe like, we have really bad luck, so maybe one of us gets COVID and we have to cancel, or like. There was a lot of things I was worried about, but in the end, it turned out really well.
Yeah.
And it was like with people we already like we were already friends with them and everything. And I think that made it a lot more stable, I guess, in my mind when it came to like feeling wise. I felt a lot more like stability and not have to worry too much because I knew the people around us would, they were, I guess they knew us well enough that they wouldn't be here if it was a bad idea either, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or if they think it wasn't a fun idea, they wouldn't be here kind of thing either. So it was very, what's the word?
It was comforting. It was a really comforting first pilot.
Yeah.
Which is a really good way to start it off. And then we can kind of get out of our box and just start doing things that might be a little bit more challenging. Whether it be maybe it's the first time we're meeting the person, or
it definitely opened up a lot more options.
Yeah. So. And hopefully people that that caught the live, or because there will be an edit of this, and other VTubers that might be interested in it, and maybe there can be more human teams, not just us. It could be us and somebody else, and then 2v2. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So as long as the ideas of what we're gonna be doing, cooperating together with, keeps going, unless we have that idea, I think it's a very open-ended type of pilot, which is really great.
Yeah.
So get ready for that, because we're going to be doing a lot more of those as we go. I had a really good time. So thank you for everyone that checked it out. Maybe check the VOD out. And there will be an edit out for someone that doesn't want to watch the VOD, 10-minute version of what happened and stuff like that. I'm gonna cut the explanation of what VRL is right here, just because there's so many other things that we've explained. And if it was like on stream, we would explain it, but this is like a recorded podcast, so and
if you're curious, go check out the VOD. We explain it there. So or wait for the video that we're gonna release.
It's really cool. It's really cool. All right. Anyways, so we did VRL. Another thing that we did was we played Wolf Among Us this month. That was just completely spur of the moment. I just really wanted to play like a visual novel kind of game.
Yeah. Because we've been playing a lot of action games. Not action as in like a lot of like movement, I guess, within the game. And so I really wanted to play something that was very much story and less like action in the game. But then turns out like Wolf Among Us 2 was announced or something, so maybe it was perfect timing.
Yeah, people thought we planned that.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I was just like, great, I want to play this.
Yeah, I woke up one day and I was like, she's like, I want to play that. I was like, okay, sounds good. So, how was streaming that game? It's not very. I mean, the story is being told, right? The whole thing is a visual novel, but did you feel like were there moments. The biggest thing about those games that I feel like is, as someone that's like streaming the game, is like, I don't want to feel like I don't have to be here.
Yeah.
That's the fear that I have with those story games, is like, there's no point if we don't have to be here, because the story is fantastic, the art is amazing. Like, we're going not up against, but it's not a competition, but there needs to be some kind of synergy between the people that are streaming it and what's being streamed, right? And
but what's so great about these games, though, is that it's different. It's really different depending on the person, on how you handle that situation.
right.
So I think that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Is people in chat might not choose the answers that we choose.
Right.
And that's what people like to see, right? So as long as I think we're kind of not justifying, but like we tell or we give out that reason for why we are answering, or like we're choosing the option, or why we decide to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It does make it relevant that we are here.
Yeah, I was just playing it normally, and then everyone just kept calling me a monster. So
Yeah,
I
you're pretty insane.
I don't understand. So. I was just playing it. I would normally play it, and then everyone's like, "Why are you killing everybody?" Or like, "Why?"
You destroyed everyone's
I'm
stuff.
mad. Yeah, well, I was mad. There's things that piss me off in that game.
Yeah.
And some characters and some events. It's okay that I, kind of lash out a little bit, right?
I think in my mind, it's very similar to like reaction videos almost.
Oh yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
Purely reaction. So I don't think it's like, it's just a different type of content that we're not really used to doing on stream. And so that's kind of why I want to do more of it, because we're so focused on RPGs. Like you and I, we know we can make we can do a good RPG stream. We're very, very
I don't know
confident
about that.
I think.
I don't know if I'm confident in like long RPGs yet, to be honest.
But out of everything else, I'm saying we're not confident in anything.
Yeah.
But out of everything, RPGs is our comfort zone.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like out of everything, it's like we have some kind of idea.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% confidence, but we do have an idea on what we should do when we're doing RPG streams.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to other games, we're still like very, very like, is this okay? Should we do this? Like, I don't know how to stream this game kind of thing. So that's kind of why I want to do more streams where it's games that we are not super confident with, I guess, if that makes sense.
I mean, we used to do a ton of visual novels. Like, we used to do...
Yeah, but it was like Danganronpa, right?
Yeah. Like, so the one, like, with Wolf Among Us and same with, like, The Walking Dead, just the reaction, it's so easy. The game is so good that it's just... Good games are very easy to react to. Mm-hmm. So it's always just... it's always fun to do those. And I think... Wolf Among Us was no exception at all. Like into that, like it was just such a fun. And I was just immersed in the game pretty much the whole entire time. So, I really enjoyed that, and I want to play it again. But it's like, yeah, you just have to always think like, I can't. Is the experience better if we're not here? Like that, and I know that's like a really negative thing to think, but I always think that when I play visual novels that are, just literally clicking through the story, or like moving a little bit and then clicking through the story. Like we have to make, that's just something that I think about. That's just some behind the scenes stuff, but like some.
No, I understand what you mean though.
That's my mentality.
Yeah.
That or the worry that I have.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't want to be here. It's like you can. It's like saying like, would you? I think it's similar to like an audio book versus reading it.
Yeah. And we're not like trained professionals. We're not like radio hosts or like we have no experience in it, like commentating or anything like that. So, which is the charm of Twitch, or like it's just people, someone that would be a friend or something like that, someone that would live next to you, just playing games and stuff. But it's definitely something that I think about for sure.
Yeah.
Another game that we played, which is this one is a really interesting one. I think was we played the new Pokemon Arceus game. I guess in the list of things, this is the first thing that we played, right? And then, sorry, I have
but
it.
It was the
order,
longest, so.
Yeah, so I got Arceus on my Switch after we played the game. And I just realized that game is it fair to say that game is not a streaming is not depends, because I was watching a stream for like 30 hours of a dude playing that game. He beat the game. He full completed the game.
100% it, yeah.
In 334 hours. He spent 100 hours in the first area. And he's not doing he wasn't shiny hunting or anything. He was just doing.
He was just catching every Pokemon. Like he completed the Pokedex.
Like the Dex. Like in the game, you can get 10 objectives per Pokemon, and then that would be like, hey, you got it, but there's more extra credit to actually fill it.
Yeah.
And
it's
he
like,
just
you have to do like
out.
Catch 25 of the same Pokemon. It would be like battle 25 of the same Pokemon, then you have to feed it, or you have to watch it, like you give them a berry and you have to watch them eat a couple times. It could be like see a specific move a bunch of times. Like it's like this huge list of things just to complete one entry.
And they say like just do 10 and then you can turn it in and get the points. But if you want to go the extra mile, the Dex, just like the requirement for that, like let's say watch blah 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 eat a berry, and then you need 2 to 2 of 10. But once you go past that, it goes up like 40 to 50. Like if you just really want to just fill the Dex, and he filled the whole thing for every Pokemon, and he 344 hours, something like that. And it was just one of those streams that I just fell asleep to every day. It was just really relaxing, and he was just so yeah, hell yeah, do it. Or like shiny hunting and stuff like that. Like, that's fun too. But just we don't do any of that stuff on stream usually. We just kind of like play the story, get the Pokemons that we want, and then get to the end. And so for us, and the way that we stream games, I was like, we played it wrong. Yeah. We played, like, for us, for Blluist, we played the game as it wasn't intended. I know there's different ways to play the game, blah blah blah, but my personal opinion, we didn't do the game justice.
Yeah.
And that's something that I like. I don't regret it. I don't regret playing the game. I'm glad we played it. But
it was definitely more of an imp stream or solo stream kind of game.
Yeah.
Like you want to take your time and really enjoy it kind of thing.
It's a really good game. It's a really good game. I think when we first started streaming it, everybody was talking about the graphics. Yeah, the graphics are a little junky here and there, but I think as a gameplay wise, and if you like Pokemon, like the world of just catching Pokemon and stuff like that, it's a phenomenal game. How much you can explore, how exciting it is to like just like sneak up to a Pokemon, get it, but you have to do it in a certain way. The way that you level up by catching more Pokemon, it's less about the battles, and it's more about exploring. It's more
observing.
About observing, and it's I thought it was a really cool take on it, and I've heard opinions about people saying that the game's pretty lazy, and I don't agree with that. I don't. It's not a lazy game at all. I think it's a very new thing. It's very new. There's some things that could have been, like the graphics. The graphics thing always comes back, and but I've played games with graphics that are like like that aren't perfect, but I still enjoyed them. So I think gameplay wise, that game will
super fun.
Take a lot of, and it's not a game that you have to play like all the time. It's like you just go back to it, play an hour, do a little bit more of the decks, and then and then do something else, and then you come back when you think about it. Oh yeah, maybe I have an hour to kill. Just go back, just go. It's like that kind of chill game. And Pokemon was never really like that for me. Like it was always like, let's do this, like let's go one, and so I thought it was really fun. I'm still playing it. Like I'm still playing the game on and off, and it's just a fun game to come back to. And people were talking about how the world is like kind of the same. That's true. It's like there's not many different scenes, or like it's pretty much the same area, that like the stage and whatnot. Yeah, but I don't even think about that, because I don't care about. I'm looking at the Pokemon there, or what I have to catch.
Yeah.
More than
I mean, I think the
that's
areas were
different.
different enough though.
It's
So
different for
I
everybody.
didn't really feel like it was barren or anything like that. So
And of course, everyone has their own
yeah.
what is it?
Opinions.
Their own like criteria when
Yeah.
it comes to a good game. But yeah, for me,
I don't know.
good
There
game.
was a lot of clothing options, so
Oh yeah, there was, and the side quests were really
That was
are
fun.
fun too. I haven't done all the side quests, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
really fun too. Like just because it's so un-Pokemon in a way. It's not just like, hey, go get this, or like, and then, or maybe it might be like that. But the reason why is because like they've never seen it before,
yeah.
and
Like,
they,
I really want to see this bird.
yeah,
It's like, okay,
and then they'll
I'll
be
go get a
like,
bird for you.
or like get that hippo so I can get inspiration for clothes,
Yeah.
something like that. Like it's a new type of way of
They were like, they weren't really. I mean, they were kind of sort of fetch quests, but it made it worth it because it was something that was not just, oh, get this so you can get these rewards. It's more like, get this so you can get, like, you can make the farm better.
Yeah.
And you actually get, like, you can grow stuff at that farm, or like get stuff so you get more clothes. Like, it was like for unlocking things, or it's these little cute little quests that help people kind of get used to Pokemon, because it's in this world that they don't really know Pokemon yet and they're scared of it. And slowly you're helping everyone see like, oh no, they're actually really cute. They're really helpful. Like they're not aggressive at all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
the Pokemon's just been like knocking it out of the park with these games that are just so I think they're really focusing on getting new people that didn't grow up with the game. But there's stuff in there that makes you stoked, like the Shino version of, not Shino Janea, the Hisui versions of these Pokemon that we've grown up with.
yeah.
But it's, you don't need to know anything about Pokemon to really enjoy that game. Really.
I mean, I also like the fact that
Which is
it
cool.
seemed like they were trying to cater towards a more older audience, which I really appreciated. But it seemed like Arceus was more for the older generation
It's not too much action.
than like kids.
A really,
So-
really chill game. Really relaxing game, I think. So I thought, yeah, that was really, really fun.
Yeah.
And then another thing that we did, this is the most recent thing that we did, was that we had the charity stream for Hope for the Day in partnership with Soft Giving.
Giving.
So thank you guys so much for checking that out. We raised almost, what, how much did we raise? Like 1,500
Almost, yeah.
USD.
Oh, about that, yeah.
So thank you guys so much for that. That was awesome. We played Outlast 2.
It's terrifying.
That was the first
That's
horror game that we
terrifying.
played in a while.
Yeah, we haven't played a horror game in a while.
I was exhausted. I forgot how
Oh my God,
exhausted
yeah.
I get when I play those games.
It's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So
It's very scary.
it was fun though. I still enjoyed it.
I wasn't smart enough to really understand the story there. Like I was like, it was in the lore that you pick up in the game, but like there is no way in hell that I'm gonna be sitting there with
Reading a
while
letter.
I'm running away from
Yeah.
something, or like I just couldn't do that. It was the same with our Outlast 1. I was like, I can't pay attention to the lore right now because I'm about
Yeah.
to get my brain eaten. So
Yeah,
like,
so I had no idea. Like, I completely forgot from the first one. There was like some like mind controlling light or radioactive stuff, and it's like, what?
that was fun though. The game,
All I remember is
the
just running away
gameplay-
from psychos.
yeah, the
So-
gameplay was awesome.
Yeah.
Outlast 2 was super fun, really scary game. So if
Oh,
you're
it's fun to
interested in that-
split control.
Yeah, split control definitely makes it more
Fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely more interesting. And those are the kind of the big four things I think that we've done this month. It was very action packed for us. We were really
We
just-
did. Yeah,
we
we
were
were
like,
very busy this month.
like all over the place because like VRL was the weekend, and then that Tuesday was the charity stream, so we had to set everything up for that. We had 1 week of just normal streams, and then we have to get ready. We're doing this podcast right now. We did two
Send out
podcasts.
postcards, like all those things. So
So it's been pretty action packed at the end of the month. Because January was pretty mellow.
yeah.
January was a very mellow month, I believe. So hopefully we can keep getting busier and busier. I am okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's take questions from Twitch subs. So if you are subscribed to us on Twitch, we have a special channel for you guys on the Discord where you guys can ask questions for this podcast. So let's go.
So from here, I think.
Okay.
So the first question is from Regular.
Hey.
This might be more of a blue question, but what are, if any, your artistic influences? How has it informed your work? For me, I think a lot of it has to do with not just fashion, but a lot of video game concept art. Before I got into fashion design, my dream was to be a video game like concept artist. So I remember like getting a lot of art books of like video games that I really liked. And I mean, even now, like a lot of concept art is something like if a game I really like has an art book, I'll most likely buy it. That's why I bought like I was actually gifted the Death Stranding art book, and it was like that thing's amazing. Like even like Nier art book that I've seen. Final Fantasy has a bunch of so I think like art books of games are always really inspirational, and also just art in general. There's an artist called James Jean I like.
Is that the art that we have?
Yes, I have a wall scroll. Yeah, of his art, and I have a huge art book. I actually went to go see him to get a sign because he came to Japan and he was having like a signature thing. So I lined up on this huge line just to get his signature, and and like he has this like beautiful like. It's not even just like a normal signature. He has like a full-on beautiful stamp that he commissioned and everything. So it's his artwork, this huge stamp of his artwork on the front page, and it's so cool.
Has he ever come back to Japan after that?
No.
That was like the one time.
So. But yeah, and then I have like these like postcard set that I'm never gonna use.
Oh yeah. we have that in the cabinet over there.
If you're interested, please go check him out. Amazing artist. He's done like there was a piece I really wanted from him where it was like he painted skateboards. So fucking cool, dude. So cool. But I think like his way of painting is like his figures and stuff. I think I do take a lot of inspiration from, because when he draws people, he draws a lot of like human or humanoid things, but some of them can be creatures, some of them they're like growing like plants out of their limbs and stuff like that. Like it's a very like almost not trippy, but all the art is very, very like there's just so many things, like the more you look at it the more you see kind of thing. And so I think it's really cool how much he can like pack in this like his creativity in just one art piece, and how like his view of like, or how he depicts water, or like how he depicts plants is like it's so cool. So yeah, just concept art, and a lot of concept art, a lot of Jane Jean. And then of course like fashion wise, Yoji Yamamoto is a huge inspiration of mine.
Yeah, love him.
Yeah, I love him. If I had money, I would dump everything into his clothes.
I bought that like book for you, the Yoji Yamamoto book.
Yeah. I have a
book
of him. Yeah. So he's a very big If I could own everything, if I could replace everything in my closet with his clothing, I'd be set for life.
There you go. In the future, she's always like, Gray, you have to wear Yoji, and I was like,
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So in the future. Thank you so much for that question, Regular. Fuchan asks, now that you've been in the new apartment for a while, past the honeymoon period as it were, thoughts? It's way better than the one before.
Yeah, it's so great. I love it here. I don't want to leave ever.
It's great living here for sure. It's access is great. More room for Anu to run around.
More space for us.
Yeah, a separate room for streaming.
So much easier to clean. As well.
It's really nice.
It's very nice.
Do you like chicken and vegetable pies? Sure.
I like pot pies. Yeah.
I'm down. Yeah. What's the best part of a pie, and why is it the crust?
I like pumpkin pie.
I don't think I've had enough pie to answer that question.
I mean, crust is good, but pumpkin pie, the cake part's good too, or the pie part's good too.
Crust, but with the pies that I've had, crust is pretty rad. Yeah.
Crust is great.
Favorite pizza toppings? Pepperoni. Let's
Pineapple.
Go. Pepperoni. So that was first question was by Fire. Thank you so much, Ponko, and then we got Tangled. Thank you so much. Mai's asking, when are we going to see Mochi Dog again? Did you realize that with the VTube Studio thing, that's where they moved Mochi Dog?
Yep.
So we can actually do Mochi Dog.
If you really wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I didn't know that because we used it. What was it? Face Rig?
Face Rig, yeah.
And Mochi Dog used to be there. And we're like, oh my God, he's gone. But he's in VTube Studio. So
he switched.
Maybe in an imp stream, you might see him come back. That was pretty legendary that I got to be Mochi Dog again. That was fun. I wish we made that character. Because there's like other Mochi Dog streamers.
There's a lot of
out
Mochi
there.
Dog streamers, yeah.
All right, I gotta be the true Mochi out there. Get ready for an imp stream. Question for Blue. So thank you for that, Casey.
This one's from Tangled. Question for Blue.
Wait,
How
no,
did
no,
you?
no. Oh, okay, so no, Mai asked that question, and Casey says I too want to see Mochi Dog. So
yeah.
thank you guys.
And Tangle says, question for Blue. How did you overcome the burnout from streaming? How did we overcome it?
We changed our mindset.
Yeah.
We changed our mindset over time.
That's about it. Like
We had to figure out what was causing the burnout, and it was this troubling feeling, and it's you have to be careful how to word it, but the growth of Blluist seemed different than the growth of other channels around us, and it still happens. We see channels that significantly grow faster
than we do,
and being competitive in the same space in a healthy way, it sucks. It sucks to see that, and that was probably causing a lot of burnout. And then we still do that. We still compare. We still compare ourselves to our friends, but not in a oh no, it's gonna get us down way. But we figured out that streaming, the trick to streaming is not the trick to growing or whatever, but the trick to keep doing it is longevity, right? Longevity is the trick, is to enjoy streaming. And so, I guess when you look at our stats over time, we are growing.
Yeah, it's not at the speed that we see other people, and I think we were in a really bad mindset back in the day where we would compare ourselves with that, and that really affected us pretty drastically.
Yeah.
But ever since we kind of changed our mindset on everything, it doesn't really affect us as much anymore. Of course, it does affect us to a certain point because we are competitive, and that's and we do want to grow, right? We're both really hungry for that, but it doesn't affect us as much as it used to. We were able to change it into a more positive feeling than, like, positive as in it drives us more than just negative, I guess, feeling of like jealousy or like feeling bad for ourselves or something like that. So, but other than that, like, we don't really get burnt out from streaming too much anymore because of that. It definitely helped, and also like kind of getting into that mindset of not stressing out about games really helped too. Because we used to really stress out about what game to play next kind of thing.
Yep.
But we don't do that anymore, and that really helped as well.
Oh, and also, we figured out that there's that it's not because we would always look for like games, right? Like behind the scenes, like we would spend hours on like Sully Gnome or something like that on one of these
Pages
on those websites where it gives you which game is hot or which game is good, and there's a way to look at that site to tell you which is, for a growing streamer, what's the best game to play. And everybody does it. Everybody, like it's just something that kind of like when you're a streamer, that's like how to find the game. Like you'll find a ton of YouTube videos on that, right? And that shit sucks because, okay, so this game might work, but
you're not in the mood to play it.
How? Like, I don't understand. Like, what you get really confused. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the game. I don't know anything about it.
So why am I streaming it? Like,
and then when you deduct it, it's just you want numbers, but for what? Because let's say those people come because those people genuinely like the game.
But if you don't enjoy it, then it's like,
they're gonna
why
bounce
are
as
you
soon as
streaming?
you finish playing the game.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't make sense. But there's a moment where you're just like, you have to, like, that's it, Blue. that's it, Gray. You know, like that's it, Anu. Like that's it. Like there's a moment that happened for us, and we thought that was drive, and we thought that was being hungry. But it is for some people. It works out, but we just can't.
It was burning us out. Yeah.
We can't fake it.
Yeah.
We can't fake that.
We're not good enough actors, or we're not good enough people in that sense to just enjoy anything that someone throws at us. So we genuinely have to be like, oh, I want to play this game, so we're gonna play it.
That being said, I don't believe in selling out. So I don't want that to come off as like, if a sponsorship for something comes that we don't really know or something like that. But
I mean, because we're not talking about,
unless it's something we totally don't agree with, we'll take it. If it's if we feel like we can make it fun for everybody and it's not like taking a toll on you guys, then we'll do it. But when it comes to games that are just for normal streaming, we'll always play games that we want to play.
No.
Because that's what we need to work on. Not picking the game, but ourselves as streamers.
Because we're trying to sell ourselves, not the game.
Game's already good.
Yeah, game's already
amazing.
Good, so. All right, next one is from KC. I, for one, loves the charity stream that happened this week. Can we look forward to the planning of more charity streams that can perhaps target both existing and current affairs?
Sure, man.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, if people approach us, yeah.
This time was, so after we started working with Soft Giving, we've actually been approached with a couple of charity opportunities, but that we had to turn down because we're kind of like, we were scheduled to do stuff with Soft Giving and the organizations that they're affiliated with. So yeah, but in the future, definitely more opportunities. Because for us, it was
for organizations that we really believe in too.
Yeah. So it really opened up a new kind of door for us in the last year, because we were working with Soft Giving for the year, and the stream that we just did was the last one that we have for now. So like that we're partnered with them. So it definitely opens up a new opportunities for us, for sure. Any thoughts or plans on reaching out to new streamers locally or overseas in the hopes of expanding the current streamer circle you guys are in? Wait, let me read that question again. Wait. Reaching out to new streamers locally or overseas in the hopes of expanding the current streamer circle. If it's natural, I guess.
Yeah, but we're not looking to like, how do you explain it? Like, it's not like a hiring thing where we're looking for people to bring into a circle or anything like that. It's more like, it's just a group of friends. If people naturally become part of that group of friends, then that's totally fine. But it's not like some like our circle or this like group of friends that we have isn't like some business deal where we're all partnered together. It's not like that. We're just friends.
So if we become friends,
yeah, if we become friends, then you'll be a part of it. If not, then it's not. Yeah.
And friends are always
nothing
looking
past
for
that.
New friends, I guess. So. Yep. All right. Recall Cashmail mentioned typing sub-targets to his personal life. Oh, tying sub-targets to his personal life, e.g. feeling secure enough to have kids at X amount of subs. Do you have any targets that are tied to your personal life goals? For example, finally quitting the 9-to-5 or making... yeah. That's a good question. They're... Simply put, that right there is just saying, can you make enough money to live off streaming? That's pretty much...
That's our goal.
That's, I mean... feeling secure enough to have kids at so
yeah, that's one of our goals.
But dude, let me tell you, let me tell you, like it's for us. It's not for everybody. There's people that get like crazy amount of subs on a daily month that they can really live off that, have a family, whatnot. Seeing our current situation and seeing how things move and us trying out different platforms and stuff through the last year, it's not smart to put everything, and everybody knows this, but it's just not smart to put everything in one basket. If Twitch goes down one day, everything's over.
Yeah.
If you do that, they're not gonna pay you back. They're not gonna they're not going to be like, well, if you would have gotten this much money this month, but the company's not there, so here's your money. Like, no, like, which is very scary to think. So it's really important to whether like the people around us have spread their eggs or they're getting jobs through Twitch, and that's where they're getting their moon-ness, right? Like they try to, the end goal is to make Twitch something they do for fun, as a hobby. That's the end goal. And it's the end goal is not to, it's a way for us to, when it comes to money, it's so much more interesting to see where it takes you outside of streaming or other possibilities than to just stream. I think it's fun streaming. I love streaming, as you guys can, like my imp streams and stuff. Like, I love streaming, but I like it because it is what it is, right? Yeah. And I've seen people get really cool jobs off of, but I don't want to work in a fucking cubicle either. So it's finding new, creative jobs that are, more fun.
We would like the creative job to be enough for it to pay our way of life. Yeah. If that makes sense. So that's our goal.
And we want to keep streaming. That's another thing.
Creative, like, as a content, we would like things and projects that we do as a content creator to be enough to pay for our living expenses. I guess. So Gray doesn't have to do a 9-to-5 cubicle work.
Yeah. And then I can just do like more, and then that like lets us invest more money into the stream to do like really like crazy stuff. Like the VRL is a really good example of us just getting an idea, and I don't know how much I can say, but we got subs from that stream, right? We got a good amount of subs from that stream. That all went into paying for everything. We didn't make any money off that. Like, and if we did, it's barely any money, and that was okay, because that was a way for us to just start everything, and that fun and the experience that we got from that is so much more to keep us going than maybe making a ton of money, but we just kind of feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of feel bad. So it's a good balance, but it's unrealistic at our size. It's unrealistic at our size to just try to get a shit ton of money and like just try to like, we'd rather just try things. It's enough if it can pay off all the rental stuff, and then just the room and
so, like stuff, things to rent.
So it's and it's not a bad thing. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, we're poor or anything like that. It's just
no.
That's just how we run our money, because I do have a job.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is, and that's how we can have so much fun on Twitch, I think. And that's the energy that we can bring because of stuff like that, because we like being creative, we like doing creative things. I think that's always the top priority.
And I guess like I want other, like, it could just be sponsorships or something in the future where we can get, not necessarily just from subs, but like just money in general, to the point where we can use that to create more content, not just for ourselves. So we don't have to be like, oh, sorry, we don't have enough money to fund this, or we can't do this because we can't fund it. Or like if we want to go on some like I don't know, if we want to go rent some cabin in the middle of nowhere and like get a group of friends together, and we still have enough money to like pay them a wage and stuff like that, that'd be really cool. And do a huge event and like rent a bunch of stuff for it. Yes, that'd be really cool, but we don't have the funds for that, right? But I don't want to be in a situation where it's like, oh, sorry, we can't do this because we can't afford it. Like, I want to get to a place where we could be like, you know what, we can afford this, let's do it. And then we don't have to worry about like, oh, can we pay rent, blah 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 blah. So
And then, do you have any targets that tied to your personal life goals? This wouldn't be a really big goal here, really big goal. But if you're talking about subs, 500 subs without gift or prime subs.
That'd be cool.
That's probably
That's our next big goal. Yeah.
That's a big goal. But that's somewhere that we're trying to reach to. That's our next I'm sure there's other milestones to get there because that's a lot of viewers, but definitely something we're aiming
500.
for. 500
just single subs would be great. Yeah.
500 no prime or
gifted.
No gifted, just solely tier 1 subs. I mean, dude, even 500 with gifted, still fucking rad. But it just has
because that just means there's 500 individual people willing to, that think that we're good enough for their time and money.
And that would require us to have 1,000 to 1,500 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
But at least. So it's a big goal, but it's something to aim for.
Yeah.
Would or have you two ever been interested in taking a creative class together?
I would love to, but I don't know if Gray can.
Let's take
not if he wants to. I'm saying I don't know if he can.
What do you mean?
Gray, if I gave you a piece of paper and scissors right now, could you cut a circle out?
No.
There you go.
It would be a square. A shitty square.
Can you even cut a square out?
But that's where we learn it. They're gonna teach me how to do that. Cooking class seems fine.
Cooking class would be fun.
I'm down to take a cooking class. So yes, the answer is yes. Whatever she might think, forget it. The answer is yes, Joran.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah. And Casey was the one that asked about the question before, so thank you so much for that. Ask me, how do you guys settle disagreements? We just talk it out.
We talk it out.
We talk for
Sometimes
hours
we get grumpy and we don't talk for 10 minutes, and then we come back and be like, you know what? Sorry. Let's talk.
And then if that doesn't work, I just bitch to Anu, and then Anu tells Blue.
Yeah.
No, but we just talk it out. And if we need to calm down a little bit, then we'll have rest time, the pause button. We just do our own thing,
and then we go back. Yeah.
But talk.
Yeah, lots of talking.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Esme, for that question. Kago asks, what are some IRL streams you would like to do in the future? Also, Gray's hometown visit stream was great. Thank you, man. IRL streams. I want to do an IRL board game stream. I want to do I guess that's not what you're asking, but you mean outdoor IRL.
I want to go to Chinatown in Yokohama.
I want to go to the Love Hotel with the DDR in Osaka.
Of course you would.
There's a Love Hotel in Osaka that has a DDR machine and the Taiko game machine, and I want to do it. Let's do that. Big goal. How do you feel about microtransactions in games? At what point is it too much or acceptable?
From Fire.
Thank you, Fire. If the microtransaction gives you any type of advantage in the game over somebody that is playing for free, whether it be power or whatever the criteria of the game is, I think that's...
Even quality of life stuff, nothing. I think that's over, yeah.
I think that's game breaking. Because
poo-poo.
Then, let's say you are playing a competitive game. How the hell could you possibly agree with something with a loss if that person, of course, get good and whatever, but it's very hard to agree with a loss in a game like that if somebody objectively has an
advantage over you because of money
they paid for. And you can.
So it's basically pay to win or shit.
Yeah.
Don't do pay to win. Cosmetics, great.
Yeah.
Mounts, great. Yeah. Everything else is great. I think it's fine.
I think so. I mean, they put in a lot of work into the microtransactions that I know are fine. They put in a lot of work into it because it is a really good source of money. But I guess with sometimes with mobile games and gacha and stuff like that, it gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where it... But at the end of the day, it's people do that shit anyways. Like it's people.
And as long as, like you said, it's not giving them an advantage over somebody else. Only in competitive. I'm only talking competitive. Then I think it's
Yeah, and
it's fine.
And even if it is like for just cosmetics or just gacha, like let's say like Apex or something, it's your money, and so I don't disagree with anybody that does it.
Yeah,
for sure. It's your money. Do whatever you want. It's your time and money.
Next question is from 9. We've seen you two try out model kit building, but what other hobbies would you like to try out? Either just yourself trying it out or as a couple.
I want to do ceramics. I want to do ceramics. Like go to the spinning pot thing, and then just I want to make a pot.
That'd be cool. I'd be down.
I did that in school, and I thought that I still like remember that was fun. I was terrible at it, but of course, because my hands are not steady at all. But I would like to do that. How about you?
No, that'd be fun. I agree.
Ceramics
would be cool. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I want to try ikebana, which is the flower, like the Japanese flower arrangement. That'd be fun. Or like making green tea, like traditional, like legit green tea. I would love to learn how to do that. That'd be great. Yeah. I feel like I'd go by myself for that one, but I don't know if you'd be down to do that. If you want to go with me, I'd love to. But
awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any hobbies that you stopped doing? Do you think you'll pick those up again?
I play guitar a lot less now, but I still play sometimes. So I do it when I feel like I want to. So I guess that's like the only thing I used to do. So
I mean, I stopped playing like piano. I stopped playing bass. I stopped playing shamisen. I haven't touched those in years. I do want to go and pick those up again. I just don't know when I can, because I need to go rent somewhere to play like shamisen. Like I can't play it in the apartment. So
you've been doing art?
Yeah, I've been doing art. So that's a hobby I never really stopped doing. Knitting I haven't done in a while either. I do want to pick up crochet again. But other than that, yeah. Or like sewing. I haven't really sewn new clothes or anything recently either.
That's true.
I have a lot of hobbies I kind of stopped, but I would like to go back to those one of these days.
I'm going to the bathroom. Give me a sec. All right, next question, dude. All right, so this comes from Panda. Let's skip the first part. If you had one free notice me and let's do a collab card. These are fucking good questions today. For any single streamer that is pretty big, who would it be?
Iron Mouse for VRL.
Iron Mouse for VRL?
Yeah. That would be my choice.
Question.
That's my choice.
Who would I... Pretty big streamer, huh? Lab card. Yeah, because you would have to think what you would do with them.
Yeah. Or like Code Miko or something, yeah. That'd be kind of cool for VRL.
Like a big VTuber to do VRL. I don't want to dance around with Sushi Dragon in his like just all his tech. Just go to that. Like this is no like collab idea. It's just me going on like a field trip, but like that would be pretty rad to just like dance around and like just see what I would look like on stream and stuff because he has all those effects going on. I feel like that would be cool. But if it was like a real collab, there's got to be something.
There's got to be somebody.
Just wait. Hold up. Are there any like hard? That's a hard question. But yeah, maybe let me come back to. I might think of something when I come back. But for now, just dance around in Sushi Dragon
stream.
Yeah, stream, and then for you, big VTubers like Iron Mouse and to like Nanners or something like that to come join VRL.
Yeah. Okay, next question is from Fuja. It's other than the name Blluist, if you could go back to being a new streamer, but with your current knowledge and experience, what would you do differently or the same? Not in terms of like advice for new streamers, but in terms of you personally.
I would love to be an animated character. I want to do that. Like I think but it doesn't have to be a VTuber, But I would love to do like have my own, like I love Mochi Dog. I love that little thing. But I do want to be like an animated. I want to tensei into a anime character. Just for me personally. Like this is a very personal thing. Like I just want to be like just do whatever I want. How about you?
Cause like I would want to start where I am now, as in like talking wise, because I feel like I've gotten a lot better when it comes to like talking and like streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I don't know if I can't really pinpoint like, oh, I would do this differently, because I feel like I can't get to where I am now if I didn't have those years of experience.
Yeah. So it's
So
like knowing
it's kind of
you're not knowing what you know and having the skills that you have now. If you go back, and you don't have to think about the growth and shit. Like just like what would you do? Is there something that you would like maybe like
I mean, I would want
go
to start
bald?
earlier,
Start
but
bald so you can just be like, or like maybe you're locked in hairstyle or you're locked in looks or something like that. Is there anything that
looks wise, no. I think it's. I mean, I changed my looks enough, so I think it's fine. Um, I don't really have anything. Like I think
she's perfect?
that's not what I meant. No, just because like I think we had the way we started. I think is a really good, like it's a cool story. Like I like that story, so I don't know if I would change it.
I just want to be like a character. Like
I guess I would invest in a PC earlier. Maybe that. I would have gotten a PC earlier. And yeah, I mean character would be cool too. But maybe choose a different name than Blue.
other than the name Blluist. So
No, like just me. I don't want to be called Blue. I would choose a different name.
like
Yeah. Like something else.
Pliniard. I think she would go as Pliniard. That's her choice. She told me last night. Thank you so much,
question.
Fuchan. Chin asks, when you're listening to a new song, what do you listen to before deciding if you like the song or not? For me, it's two things. It's the intro and lyrics. But I can't hear the lyrics. I'm one of those people that can't. Like some people can hear a song once and they know what they're saying. I have no idea what they're saying. So then I have to like look it up and like read it. So like growing up, having those booklets and reading the song, and I was really important. But intros never used to bother me. Like back then, when I was like really, really into music, that was something that I would be like, oh, can't believe it. You gotta get past the intro. But I just realized now when I listen to music, intros are so important.
Yeah.
How the song starts, kind of like is very important to me.
For me, it's like, usually instrument is a pretty big one. But I mean, not all the time, because sometimes like I like songs that don't really have a certain type of instrument either. But it could be like minor key. I really like songs in minor keys. If it makes me feel sad or feel things, then I'll like it most of the time. Or things that I guess kind of like, because whenever I listen to certain songs that I really enjoy, it brings this like weird, like, it makes me like feel like I'm swelling up inside almost. It's hard to, like, it's almost like I'm almost about to like cry, but not really. And it's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but and certain songs have that. So it could just be like a really like it could be a really melancholy song in a minor key. It could be like even today, like when I booted up Elden Ring and that first opening song, that gave me that feeling.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, I don't know. It's like these songs that are so powerful that like I physically feel it is how I'm like, oh, okay, I like this song. Is how it usually is. But lyrics, I don't really have any kind of like, lyrics don't really move me or anything. I mean, of course, some do, of course. But I really like instrumental songs as well. So lyrics aren't like a big thing for me. It's not like, oh, there has to be the piano or anything or like anything like that either. It's more just, yeah, I really like songs in minor key. Right? Don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Usually you can tell because oh, Blue's gonna like this one, and it's a minor key. It's like
yeah,
okay.
it's like very minor.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
minor
guess
key is
more
great.
than intro, I should say the first 15 seconds. That's the most important thing for me. The first how the song plays out in the first 15 seconds really is either it doesn't have to be catchy either. I'm not saying
Mhm.
like it's got to be like a cat, but if there's something that like grabs my attention, maybe not like a catchy riff, but maybe something they put in some really weird instrumentation or anything like that, or they just start off with the really weird vocals or something like that. First 15 seconds definitely of a song is really what I look out for.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely like it's not a multiple listen type of thing. If I hear it and if I like it, I will like it. Like I don't need multiple listens. Even if I don't like it the first time, I don't think multiple listens is gonna make me like it.
To me, sometimes those multiple song it was like you hear it rant like you think it's like a normal song, but then you just have it on and then you just have a playlist on and that song plays and just it just snaps that moment, that lyric or that riff, and then you just fall in love with it. So those happened before. Like I wasn't thinking about the track at all, and then all of a sudden, like there's a moment that hits, or like you're just in the perfect place. Maybe you had a couple drinks and you're a little drunk, and you're just chilling. Song plays, you're like just those moments.
Yeah.
Last questions by Aza. What are the difference in preparation in your normal stream and your IRL streams? So we use a PC when we normally set up. If that, I don't know if you mean like technically, but we have the PC setup is just this, the webcams and everything.
Well, I mean, PC setup is I boot up OBS, I boot up stream, or I boot up Twitch, right? I pop out chat, and then he changes the stream title, and then I go over here, turn on our hardware for a microphone. I turn on both lights, and then I fix the camera, like, cause usually we're like really blue for some reason. So I fix like the color of the cameras, and then I look over at Gray. He's like, "Okay, you ready?" We press ready, and that's how we start.
And then I tweet.
Yeah.
IRL.
And then announce on Discord.
IRL, I take my phone, I misspell the title, and I go, are we effing? Are we effing? Are we effing for about the first 15
You
minutes?
clip it on the selfie stick, and then we're good to go. Good to go. Yeah.
Very simple,
Yeah.
very chaotic. Yeah, IRL streaming is a lot for us. I know like people go like crazy with their builds, but for us it's like phone, and then we just stream.
That's it.
Yeah, and then if we F, we F. Like,
Yeah.
we never know if we're online or not. But yeah, it's a lot more stable at home for sure, but a lot more steps, I guess. So like for like IRL streaming, if it's too much of a hassle, we'll like try to change the title and stuff at home, so then we
Yeah,
don't have
first.
to do that when we're out. Stuff like
Or
that.
like I guess like with in real life streams, we do leave the house for a little. Like we leave the house, and put some distance before we start streaming, so we don't dox ourselves and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean,
Pretty simple.
we don't really do anything special or anything.
We're very
Yeah.
straightforward
Yeah.
when it comes to that. Even our stream setup is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
For I mean, I guess a little complicated because there's two people instead of one, so we have to
Yeah,
route
'cause-
everything. You know, we have to make it so
because we have everything. Well, we have a hardware for our mics,
our soundboard is
soundboard, and then we also have a software soundboard.
I have no idea what the fuck
So,
is going on.
Yeah,
the
my
PC.
I have two soundboards I'm using to route everything through.
For the imp
so
stream, it's
It's
very
a little
very
complicated.
simple.
My side is very complicated.
Yeah, because she uses two soundboards because she needs to switch the sound between when you VC in Discord and also when you for
Stream and also game
OBS.
sounds, and also if we're in VC and we need someone else's voice in here, and whatnot as well.
Oh yeah,
so-
the hardest thing for us is that we figured it out, but the most annoying thing was like when we did like Minecraft, and then it would be we need to have both of these mics live, but we also need a VC mic, right? This I don't even know why I'm talking about this because it's so ridiculous, but like these mics are live, but it's coming through one soundboard. So when you go to Discord, it only comes through one source. It comes through out of
Me.
Blue's account. So my voice, if I wanna, so you know when you do like, you don't want everyone to hear In
So
VC,
you do push to talk.
when you're
Yeah.
when you switch to talk, I don't get that option.
So I have to push to talk, but I don't know when he's gonna talk.
Yeah.
So I don't know when to push it. So we figured we both need, because this is our stream mic, right? What we're using. So we both need a separate mic just for Discord.
So that doesn't pick up everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't pick up all of the sound.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a pretty simple solution, but it's just so like
It's just a lot of things to set up.
it's indexite to like.
Yeah.
But it works out. I have my own interface here. I use my own interface when I do imp streams because I use my PC when I stream those imp streams. But yeah, it was really weird. Like we tried all different kinds of things. Like we had like a we had like a really cheap lav mic that we had used for IRL, but it picked up way too much.
Yeah. You could hear everything.
When Blue's second mic goes on for VC. And it's like for the rarest occasion too.
Yeah.
Like all this preparation, but it's gonna happen in the future, and it's happened before. Like when we played crab games with Crocan, it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare, yeah.
Like you could hear me echo the whole entire time and stuff like that. But we figured it out now. So
Yeah. And a lot of our issue is like Gray talks at a significant higher volume than I do.
yeah.
And so that's a really big thing. That's why I'm using so many different softwares and hardwares to balance each other
And
out.
it still doesn't get balanced.
It still doesn't get balanced because obviously there's times where Gray is way too loud. But it's just something like I feel like I have to get better at projecting more, and Gray needs to get better at not projecting as much.
Not projecting much.
Which is, physically impossible. So I
don't think
feel
I can
like
do that. I'm
I
sorry.
need to project more. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
But that's a big problem we had earlier when we first started streaming, because we
True.
were only using one mic, and it was so clear that Gray was like, we needed to make sure the mic was in front of me, because you would still be the same volume sitting next to me with the mic in front of me.
Before this setup, every single time I would make any loud noise, and we've had this setup for a while now, but before we had these mic setups, we were using a Yeti mic and AT2020 USB, the white one. Maybe you guys have seen it before. It would just pick up everything.
It would pick up everything.
So like the Yeti just picks up everything. So if I'm just like any bit loud, then it would echo.
Yeah.
Like that was like the biggest thing that we had to like try to figure out. And thanks to
Fun times.
I think we sometimes bleed in, but I think it's a lot rarer than
Before.
Yeah. We actually got our setup to work now where we can, just do our own thing and not bleed, not echo, not hear us twice, or reverb. It sounds like reverb when you're bleeding into the other person's mic. So yeah. So it's
fun times.
simple, but sometimes there's always something you can upgrade.
Yeah.
We just put in another set of lights recently, so maybe you've noticed that the lighting is a lot better. I put a light behind there. I don't think it does anything.
Because the thing is, what would make this all simpler is if we had a streaming PC.
But yeah, everything is running through Blue's
That's why I
gaming
have to
PC.
separate so many things. And
You're
that's why if we have a streaming mic or streaming PC, I don't have to worry about porting everything into here, and then all these things just to get it into OBS.
So that's probably going to be something that we're going to be working towards next is a streaming PC. Because when we tell people about it and we talk about setups with other streamers, and they're like, so for the stream, how did the streaming PC work? And I was like, we don't have one. And they're like,
how do you stream?
you're two people.
Yeah.
I have a streaming PC and I'm one guy. And I was just like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's like,
So-
how does your computer not blow up? And it's just like, well,
We play on ultra low settings.
yeah, at all times.
Yeah.
That's why Apex is a nightmare when we try to do those. Like it's like barely working when we play those. When we play Apex. But yeah. So that's how it works.
That's
Thank
how
you
it
guys
works.
so much for your questions. We will see you
Thank
guys
you so much, guys.
next month. Let's see what we have cooking
Planned for March?
March. We don't have too much planned yet, but
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. There's got to be
We'll let you
something,
guys know.
right? Yeah.
So.
We'll see you guys. It's going to be Elden Ring, man. Next time we'll be talking about Elden Ring. So
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm excited. All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye-bye.
Take care.